early on in the pandemic, my colleague from Pennsylvania, Lori Besden, wrote a blog post called People in Recovery, You've Got This. And it talked about how we were facing something that is unmanageable. We don't understand it. It's front and center in our lives, and we don't quite know what to do with it. And that the tools for recovery would help to get through that. And so that's a positive side of it. But the fact is that across the country, in law and everywhere else, people were drinking more because they could get away with it, because there was no clear 5 o'clock, because it was a way of kind of taking some control. And we would get questions about, we're kind of concerned about this lawyer. We're seeing this. And so we really developed protocols. And I know that labs across the country did this, where having the conversation about, okay, these are some of the things you look for. Here's how to talk to the person. Here are some signs that there might be an issue. And so, for example, behavioral, somebody who used to have their camera on who doesn't, and a number of other kinds of things that might suggest that something is going on. And if you're only communicating remotely, how do you see it? How do you look for it? The same thing with depression, the same thing with anxiety. Anxiety used to be second to depression in terms of the kinds of mental health issues other than substance use that were reported to us. And from the beginning of the pandemic and continuing through today, more people are talking to us saying, I think I might have anxiety versus I think I might be depressed. And we're seeing people getting help later for substance use issues because there wasn't the opportunity to notice. And so these are all things where when we're going out and talking to organizations, doing our CLE programs, things like that, we really want to say, if you think there is an issue and there's somebody working remotely, let's have a conversation about it, because it's a lot easier to hide. And so it may actually be a lot more serious than you thought it was. And the earlier you can reach out to someone and offer help and show a path that is not threatening, the more likely you're going to have that healthy lawyer back if something is happening.